where life unfolds chapter by chapter through powerful conversations, personal stories, faith, healing, reflection, and transformation. Each week, Pam reads a new chapter out loud in real time, allowing viewers to experience the emotions with her as the story comes to life through raw truth, vulnerability, and heartfelt reaction. Hosted by author and speaker Pam Renna, this is a space where victories are celebrated, hardships are faced honestly, and faith becomes the thread that carries us forward. With special guests, live studio audience conversations, interactive Q&A discussions, and heartfelt moments, viewers don't just listen to the story, they experience it alongside her. And her hope and prayer is that somewhere within these pages, you find a piece of yourself, something that speaks to your heart, strengthens your faith, and reminds you that your story still matters. And now, here's your host, Pam Renna.
Hey everyone, welcome in. Welcome everybody in the studio. Welcome back. I have some amazing guests. Angelique is in the studio. Len is in the studio. Thanks for coming in. We have a great show lined up today. It's Act 2, A Living Book, Chapter 6, A Christmas Book, A Christmas Door. It is a book. I'll read, then we'll do some Q&A. Okay, it's a living conversation. It's for me and you all. We share, reflect, and grow together. So let's get right to it. Here's my book. Here's my book, Angelique. Okay. Pam? Yes.
Rochelle says, hi, Pam.
Hi, Shelley. That's my sister.
Hi, Shelly.
Lana says, hi, Shelley. With the holidays approaching, business began picking up again. We were busy decorating clients' lobbies, office buildings, strip malls with Christmas decor and exterior lighting. Holiday decorating was always my favorite part of the business. There was something satisfying about stepping back from a finished Christmas design and watching clients take it in. From the outside, life looked almost normal again. Well, a new version of normal. But deep down, nothing felt the same. As Christmas approached, I called my mom and told her I wouldn't be able to buy gifts that year. I was crying on the phone to her, telling her I had to call my sisters next. She said, Pammy, I'll tell them. It was my hardest conversation I ever had. I was ashamed. Never in my life did I imagine I would reach a point where I had no savings, no money in the bank, and a paycheck that had been cut in half after losing so much business from the storm. I remember sitting there asking myself, how did it come to this? Not being able to do something as simple as buy gifts to people that I loved. That hurt more than I could explain, but my family never made me feel ashamed. They told me they wanted me, what they wanted for Sam and I was to be there, and they truly meant it. I never forgot what my mother did for us for that Christmas. Sam and I always stayed at my mom's condo during the holidays, and the moment we arrived, she made us forget for a little while how hard the year had been. The bedroom door where we slept was wrapped completely in red Christmas paper, topped with a gold bow, and a handwritten sign that read, Welcome to Santa's Bed and Breakfast. It was so cute. With 2 snowman stockings hanging from the door. Like the door itself was a present waiting to be opened. Inside, 2 elf hats were placed neatly on the bed alongside matching pajamas. A classic thermal set in red and pink stripes and a little silver Tinkerbell stitched into the corner of the shirt. So cute. I loved them so much I kept them for years until they finally were too worn to keep. I think it was last year I threw them away. This is going back to 2012. There was a basket waiting for us too, filled with little holiday things my mom knew we loved. Hot chocolate, cookies, chocolate, wine glasses, wine, and Christmas slippers with tiny gold bells on them so they jingled when you walked. She always found a way to make everything feel special. Looking back now, I realized that Christmas gave me something more than I needed than presents. It reminded me that when everything else falls apart, love stays. Sam and I were also incredibly grateful to have Gracie and Tommy living in the same building. We spent so much time together during those months. We'd have dinner in each other's apartments, and other nights we would meet them at their wine bar on 50th Street. Somehow being surrounded by family and laughter carried us through. And then almost unexpectedly, God placed another person back in my life at exactly the right moment. Years earlier, Han had worked part-time for us 2 days a week. A week before we moved the business downtown, Hannah was deeply spiritual, full of faith in Jesus and everything he stood for. There was a peace about her that was impossible not to notice. One afternoon, walking down First Avenue, I ran into her at Bed Bath & Beyond, where she happened to be working. We started talking, and I shared everything Sam and I had gone through, the storm, the bankruptcy, moving back uptown, all of it. As she spoke, I noticed something in her eyes, something steady, almost unshakable. A presence that quieted the room without her trying to command it. Her faith lived in her, not as something that she performed, but as something that had taken root so deeply it showed. In the way she listened, in the way she spoke, in the way she simply was. Her faith gave her something I didn't realize I was missing, and something in me shifted in the moment. Unexpectedly, I didn't think I would feel that, but I realized I wanted it too, that I needed it. Hannah was the one who suggested a weekly Bible study, just a small group of us coming together. I remember how quickly I said yes, not out of certainty or understanding, but from something deeper I couldn't yet explain. It felt like a door I hadn't even known I'd been searching for had finally opened. We started meeting every Wednesday night from 6 to 9. It started with 5 of us: Sam, me, Hannah, Grace, and Grace's daughter, Abigail. But before long, it became more than a Bible study. It became a place of healing. Looking back now, I know God placed Hannah back into my life for a reason. After everything the storm had taken from me, emotionally, mentally, financially, and spiritually, I needed something to steady me again. I needed a way to rebuild the parts of myself no one could see breaking. With the new year came new energy, and Sam and I finally felt hopeful again. We believed the worst was behind us. We survived Superstorm Sandy, the loss, the rebuilding, and somehow we were still standing. Unscathed, as Violet would say. We had our children, our family, our friends, our health, and each other. What more do we really need? Business was moving smoothly again. The salespeople were working out well. Violet had caught up on all the billing. Sam and I focused on marketing ideas and rebuilding momentum as we received building momentum when we received a phone call from our attorney, Mr. James. We had officially been discharged from bankruptcy. We were free. The feeling was undescribable. It felt like a 100-pound weight I've been carrying for months, which in my mind felt like years, had finally been lifted off my shoulders. This nightmare began on October 29, 2012, was finally over. But that relief didn't have time to settle in. About a month later, attorneys representing Metropolis Bank and Trust contacted Mr. James to contest and challenge both my bankruptcy and Sam's. Our flower company had secured a business loan through the bank, one that Sam and I had personally guaranteed. We were completely confused. We truly believed everything had already been finalized through the trustee. How could this still be happening? Mr. James told us we needed to cooperate with the bank's attorney because they were not going away. And he did not want the case escalating into a trial. I thought the storm was behind us. I had no idea another one was already beginning. Isaiah 43:19. See, I'm doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness. I just got to chill. And streams in the wasteland. So I had to print these up because it's just too cute not for anyone to see. This is the door. How cute is that? Isn't that adorable?
Yeah.
See the sign? Right? This is the bed. See the PJs? Aren't they cute? And their little slippers. Right, in their little basket. Like these are a pair of thongs too. I didn't put that in there, but there's little thongs. Right? And this is my favorite part. And here's me and my mom with the little elf hat.
That's a great picture.
Right? And look at little Tinkerbell. See Tinkerbell in the corner? See how cute? I just threw them away last year. Yeah, she made this is the year we lost her, but she made me feel so happy. So anybody have any questions for me? It's a Q&A segment. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any that can relate to this story or?
So Rochelle says, hi, everyone. Jennifer Gibbs says, hi, everyone.
Hi, Jen.
And Rochelle said, hi, Lana.
Hi, Shelley.
We have
have Rachel from San Diego who has
Hi,
a question.
Rachel.
And she'd like to know which of the 5 P's most apply to this specific chapter.
Ooh, that's a good one. Out of the gate, I would definitely say my favorite P, persevere. Don't give up, for sure. Seeing what the storm, hit us with. I would say positive, keep the faith. Definitely that also. And I would say power, acquire abundance. What my mom did for us with that room, we forgot about everything. It just made us feel like kids again, going home and, nice big, like nice comfort blanket around me. So I would say those P's really, see how my P's work? You don't realize how these P's kind of come into your everyday life. They really work. They truly work. Yeah. Thank you, Rachel, for participating. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching my show. Anyone else?
I'm just gonna say that Lisa said, hi, Auntie.
Aww.
That's when I picked up the picture. And she also said, love it.
Awesome. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Lily. Well, you know what? I'm so excited with my special guest. So let's just get right to it. We'll be right back.
Up next, please welcome our special guest.
I just got a big chill. I'm so excited. Angelique, I'm going to say it. Marziglione? There you go. Is a board certified nutrition specialist trained in various types of muscle response testing techniques that helps find the root cause to health issues. She's the owner founder of Wellness Done Naturally, located at 417 Lake Avenue here in St. James. She was born and raised here in St. James and been practicing nutrition since 2018. She loves to help all people heal from the inside out. Come on up and join us. Yay. Come on, I need some room here. Okay. Now, if we had more room, you'd be standing up, and she puts a little apron on you, and you bring your arms out. So that'll be next month. We'll do that.
Yes.
For sure. Or in July.
Listen, you're on.
You have enough room? You guys feel good?
Yeah, that's fine.
So I know Angelique now. Oh, move over. Come on over. Come on down. So I know Angelique now 4 years.
Yep.
We met from my wellness center, and I am a client of Angelique's as well. And it's amazing how these little vials that you have, which I'll have Angelique explain them, how it works with where you find where each organ is lacking deficient vitamins, and it really works.
Yeah, it does.
It's crazy how it works. And I have to say, when you do the testing, I was just telling this before the show. Monsters Inc. What I love Monsters Inc. Little Boo, the little Boo and the little doll Mickey, and then you take him, goes. So when Angelique does her testing, that's what she does. She just goes. And I always bring it up to you every time I do that. So, but enough about me. You tell. This is your thing. You tell. Let me bring this microphone a little closer to you, so we can hear her. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let's get into it. So I'm Angelique. I am a board certified nutrition specialist, and I am the owner and founder of Wellness Done Naturally in St. James. I have been doing muscle testing since 2018, like Pam said, and I got into it kind of completely by accident. A lot of people who get into this, it's usually because they have a health issue and they were seeking this route in order to feel better. But for me, I kind of had a little twisted way of getting into it, but I ended up interning in a practice that did muscle testing, and I learned all about it, and it was very holistic, and that was kind of the route that I wanted to go. So I, the rest is history.
But first, you get to tell the story though.
Oh yeah,
she was becoming a doctor first.
Mm-hmm. So if we're going back a little bit further.
Go back a little further.
When I graduated high school, I wanted to be a psychologist. So let's start there. Then when I went to go make my schedule for my undergrad, I switched and I was like, no, I want to do pre-med. I want to go the medical route. Those 4 years were super hard. Science did not come easy to me. It wasn't my strong suit. And I was kind of contemplating by the end of graduation, like what I was going to do next. So I ended up actually thinking, okay, maybe like I'll reroute and do PA school. That's a little bit, my speed. It's not as long to be in school of so much science. And in the meantime, I took a gap year because I needed to take anatomy. So I ended up taking a nutrition course just on the fly. I was staying at my grandparents' house a few days a week. I said, let me just take this other course. And my professor was a chiropractor, Dr. Spano, and he actually made me fall in love with nutrition. I would ace every single test, which wasn't always the case when I was doing a pre-med program. So I ended up falling in love with nutrition that way. We had to go to a nutrition symposium that year. It was a requirement. And I saw the school that I eventually went to, New York Chiropractic College. Now it's Northeast College of Health Sciences, I think. But I applied right away after I left. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to do the PA school route. And I ended up doing my master's in applied clinical nutrition through that program. I didn't really know what I was going to do with it, to be honest. I was just like, oh, yeah, okay, I'll just become a nutritionist. Well, New York is a little bit tricky that way. So anybody can say they're a nutritionist. You could say you're a nutritionist if you want to. But I wanted the certification, obviously. So there's the dietitian route, which I did not go. And you can become a board certified nutrition specialist. So that's what I ended up doing. I did have to find my own 1,000-hour internship for practice experience. I started with one practitioner that is also on the island. She was great, Barbara Grova. But it kind of fizzled out. We just, I don't know, something, I don't remember exactly why, but she couldn't give me enough hours to intern. So I ended up kind of pivoting and finding Alexandra Leidenberg, who was my mentor. She had a practice in Rockville Center, and she actually graduated with me. So I ended up working for her. I was interning at first, then I was doing some marketing for her, then I started doing some nutrition, and all while seeing this muscle testing going on and kind of observing that and not really knowing what it was. I was like, is this magic? Like, how does this work?
Let me separate really quick.
Ahead. Yeah, sure.
Where did you come up with the idea of nutrition? Where did it come from? You were at your grandparents' house, but where did it come from?
So I was always interested in it. Like
Okay.
throughout my life, I was always like, wanting to know what was in food. I mean, we're Italian, so like I love food. Like I'm a big foodie. But I don't know. It was just like always an interest of mine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I don't know. And I took the course, and I fell in love with it even more. I think the reason that it was so intriguing to me is that I started to learn, all the chemicals that were in food, and like a lot of like the language around nutrition labels and how they're allowed to like sneak things in, like
Let's say
healthy.
organic, and meanwhile there's only one item that's organic when everything else is not.
Right.
I learned that through Bobby Flay.
Yes. Yeah.
Bobby approved. I love that app because it's not organic.
Yeah. Yep. It's true.
FYI.
Yeah. So I just kind of had an interest in it, and that's why.
But you just love how that happens now. You think that your path is going this way, and all of a sudden you're like, you veer off over here, but at least you were open to it.
Yeah, I
and
was
accepting of it.
It truly is, I guess, a story of like, you have an idea in your head, you have a plan. I always say, you plan and God
laughs. Absolutely.
Yes.
That's right.
So that was, I kind of had some kind of plan in my head. I thought I was doing one thing, and then once I found this, I was like, oh wait, I think I'm supposed to be on this path. And he guided me even through interning, and I eventually got trained in muscle testing because I saw people getting better, getting off their medications or lessening their medications, healing without medications. Pre-pandemic, I mean, I still work with these people too, but pre-pandemic, people used to come in all the time for if they had the flu or like, any kind of immune type of thing going on. And they would come to us if they were more holistic rather than going to the doctor. So that was like pretty cool that we were able to help even those people.
I think the holistic route's the way to go, honestly.
Yeah, because we looked at the whole person.
Of course. Show everybody.
You want to? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So muscle testing is a non-invasive way to figure out what's going on with the body. So we have different vials that are chemically imprinted with different things that could be affecting the body. They're energetic, they're frequency vials, really. So we could add anything from like foods that you might be sensitive to heavy metals, chemicals, even just like organs that are needing support in the body if your body's having some inflammation. So we find out what the problems are or what needs to be adjusted or addressed.
Mhm.
And then I have vials, which I'll just say, I don't know if you can see it on here, but with different supplements, herbs, homeopathics to help bridge any nutritional gaps that your body is looking to fill. So here's one of my little kits over here. This is from the morphogenic field
Can you
technique.
see the kit? Can you see it okay?
Yes.
Okay,
good.
great. So this one actually has foundational nutrition. So there's like scarring, hydration, different types of digestion, sugar handling, fatty acids, minerals. So it kind of figures out what you need. So
Oh, probably should. Mine's my stomach.
it might be.
I know it is.
So just put your arm like kind of like a little bit out more. Okay, good. So all I'm gonna do is push lightly on your arm while you match my pressure.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Good. Okay, I'm gonna just switch arms. Okay, so let's see if there's anything that Pam needs help with today. Ooh, some scarring. So scarring can.
There it is.
Hold that for a second. So scarring can disrupt your healing process. So it can come from tattoos. It could come from an actual like incision if you had a surgery.
Wow. Well, there's my tattoos all right there.
So, actually, I think I gave you the solution. So now let's see if this is shut off. Yes, it is cold laser. So that's a red light therapy that we do in office. We figure out what the scar is, and that's how we figure out what somebody needs to help it heal. Let's see. Yep, digestion.
I knew it.
But the first thing I want to ask you, you can rest your arm for a second, is did you drink a lot of water today?
Yeah, but before my show, it's kind of hard.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that digestion 3 is the one that came up. That could also be dehydration. So
Yeah.
if there's not a supplement that comes up to fix it, it's probably water.
Yeah.
So put this arm
I
out.
usually
again.
I eat drink like 80 ounces of water a day.
That's great.
But on my show day, it's hard because
Yeah, you don't want to be running to the bathroom.
Right,
For a show.
right.
I get it. Let's see. Yeah, it's hydration. So.
see how this works? Isn't that crazy? And she didn't even know it.
Okay, just keep this arm strong. Perfect. And now we're just making sure she's not interested in it anymore. So that's good. And then let's just check. Okay, minerals. So that could also be due to dehydration. So rest that arm for just a second. I'm just gonna grab my.
I better take a sip of my water.
Yeah, take a sip of your water in the meantime. Sorry. Okay, put this arm out again. And let's just.
Now, if you're at her office, you'd be standing with both arms out, and you'd have a little apron on, and then she'd be putting these in the apron.
So the mineral you're looking for is, let me just see if it got shut off, is C-arsen, which is chromium. So do you crave sugar and carbs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's usually a lack of chromium in the body, and that's why we crave that.
Oh.
So that supplement helps with that. And you're not interested in this anymore. Good.
See that?
So we shut off all her foundations. Just
See how that
That's
works?
so interesting.
Yeah.
See that? And it just truly works.
Yeah.
She's amazing. I'm telling you. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah. And she's not crazy expensive. The supplements are not expensive. And it's all holistic.
some herbs are expensive, but we
But
don't.
they
we don't
last
start-
too.
They do last,
Yeah, they
and
do.
we don't start with herbs. Like I usually like to get to know your body first to see if you're able to handle them, because I do get a lot of sensitive people. I'm usually people's last stop on their journey. They're like, nobody could fix me. Can you fix me? And I, do my best to help fix whatever they need.
So that worked out? hmm Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Anybody have any questions for Angelique?
Let's see if anyone comes up.
Somebody wants to know, as far as multivitamins are concerned, the over-the-counter, and this will help.
Oh, that's a
me
good
more
question. That's right.
out. This will probably help me out more, more personal thing. Which one of the over-the-counter vitamins, do you think they're all really the same, or are they different? Are there better ones? What do you think about that?
So I
Good
a
question.
lot of the, yeah. So a
Good
lot
question.
of the things that you're buying in the store do not have what they say they do.
And they're synthetic.
Yes, a lot of they're synthetic. So like I mostly use a company. I use a couple different companies, but mostly a company called Standard Process. They've been around since 1929, and they have a huge farm in Wisconsin. I actually got to visit, which was really cool. If you ever are in the area, it's open to the public, so it's awesome to go there. But all of their stuff is food based or herb based. Very minimal, like fillers, synthetics, like any of that kind of stuff. And the cool thing about it is food works to help heal the body. So
Yeah.
that's really where I usually focus, and I muscle test any kind. Like I have, this is just a couple of the kits that I have, but I have like a whole stack of different supplement brands and stuff. And I will muscle test to see exactly like what type of magnesium your body needs, or what type of beetroot your body needs to help you heal. And like I even have my patients bring in whatever supplements they have, so
That's
I
right.
can muscle test them on them to see if their body likes them. And sometimes they do. Sometimes your arm just goes right
You changed all
down.
mine too. You changed all of mine.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Because some of them just like they have fillers. A lot of times we don't look. It says like, soybean oil or something that's like commercially just very processed. So we stay away from that, and we get you on whole food nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
That's a good question.
That was a great question.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
And just to add, the other thing that I do in regards to like emotions is neuro-emotional technique, which is a muscle testing technique that combines muscle testing, asking the body questions, acupressure points, and breath. So you can use it for either pain points, or like if there's something that you're struggling with personally, like motivation is a great one. So if you don't have motivation, you're like, I can't figure out why, I can't get out of my own way. The person starts with a statement that's not true, that you want to be true. So I am motivated every day, or it's safe for me to be motivated every day. We muscle test it, and if it's not congruent with the body, the muscle gets weak.
Oh,
And we go through a series of 15 steps to figure out like what the original event that's related to it, what's causing it. It might be up for reviewing your body, what acupressure point is related to it, which helps you find the emotion associated with it. The person breathes through when you find the actual original event. And then at the end, you recheck the statement to make sure it's congruent with the body. So that's like an emotional release technique that I also love doing.
that's great for healing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's, I didn't know you did that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see you soon.
So,
I love doing
I guess I'll see you soon.
and Julie, Rochelle wants to know, do you have a website?
Yes, it's www.wellnessdonenaturally.com.
And I'll put it in the
Wellness
description
Naturally.
too, where you can reach Angelique for sure. That's really good. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like my favorite thing to do. I think because it does like I said, I originally wanted to be a psychologist, so
Yeah,
it kind of blends both
Absolutely.
together. And really, you have to look at the whole person. And
Mhm.
I find that it's really hard to treat people or help people get better without using the emotional aspects. And
the
like,
emotional
and
goes
helping
with
us heal
the
that.
physical,
Yep, it's true.
goes hand in hand.
Your body will scream if you're not dealing with what's going on inside, or even
Right.
like if your throat chakra is not open. It could be you might develop like a thyroid issue,
Mhm.
or you might get sore throats all the time or something like that. So the emotions come out in one way or another.
Absolutely. Wow, I like that.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Well, this is great. I hope that everybody out there learned about this. Is this just in our area? Is it? If they don't live in in New York, can they find this elsewhere? Or
Yeah, so there's a lot of practitioners that do it
Okay.
Throughout the island and other states. So if
Okay.
you wanted somebody in person, like I can always connect you or send you. Actually, I think there might be like a database where, but I know a lot of people because I've gone to a lot of conferences with
Okay.
different muscle testers. But I work in St. James. I work out of North Belmore as well. And I also see people virtually, and that's like a whole other realm that people are like a
so
little.
you can do virtual.
Yes. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay. So
called-
you do virtual.
Mhm.
Great.
It's called quantum entanglement. That's how we muscle test virtually. And I just use my muscle as like a surrogate muscle for your body,
Okay.
as long as I have your permission to go in and see what's going on. And it's pretty accurate. Like it's really cool. Yeah.
I love this. That's amazing.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Isn't that great? Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on, Angelique.
Thank you for
I
having
missed
me.
you.
Yay.
Thank you so much. We'll be right back at this commercial. That question you just heard during the break, does it stay with you? If you don't have an answer right away, that's okay. Sit with it after this episode. Let's read one of my quote books for this week's motivation. I'm going to pick this one myself because normally I would pick someone from the studio, right? But tonight feels different. This is our last live show before our summer series, and this feels personal. It feels like right away this I'll set the tone for what's coming and what this next chapter really means for me as your host. So I thought this book right here would be appropriate, number 16. Okay. As a matter of fact, get grounded. Actually, I prayed on it, and this is what came up, number 16. And is Jen still watching? My sister-in-law, Jen, she created, my favorite tree is a banyan tree. And Jen drew that for me in this book.
Beautiful. Wow.
Yeah, isn't that great? Yeah. Okay. That one final attempt could be your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It will come when you least expect it. See it through. He said, John, throw your net on the right side of the boat and you will find some. And when they did, they were unable to haul the net because there was in the net in because of the large number of fish. John 21:6. And with that, we close this chapter. Next week, we'll turn the page into something completely different. Each week, my guests will be on location. So excited. Bringing you into their world, more real, personal, and a powerful way than ever before. These conversations are designed to be experienced, not rushed. So there'll be no live show, no Q&A, just real stories, real moments, and now a completely new experience every Thursday this summer. So the question is, where will this summer take us? So if this chapter spoke to you, please share it. This is a living book, continues to reach those who may really need it. So live the 5 Ps, pray, path, positive, power. My favorite, persevere, and let faith lead the way. I'm grateful for my team that behind this podcast. I hope to bring this together each week. Thank you, Eve and Robert. And thanks to my I got a fly coming over here, to my live studio audience and these bugs around me. This may be my last live show until fall. This summer is only the beginning. So every Thursday we'll still meet here, just in a different way, different places, different stories, different moments that will stay with you long after the episode ends. I just got to chill on that one. So until we meet again live in the fall, don't just watch the journey, experience it. See you then.